At work this week, James, I was training a new guy. We hired a new person for one of the weekend positions.
Okay, nice.
And they brought him to the studio during the week to kind of just show him the stations, the studios, and the boards and how they work and how they operate. Just kind of get a feel for it before he comes in for the actual physical training.
Makes sense.
You know, and I was showing him all the channels and what all the buttons do and what you can do with the system and, you know, how you do it, how everything works and whatnot. And there's 3 sets of buttons for the on-air, like, commercial spots, right?
Oh, boy. I know
So
where this is going.
those channels dictate, like, what channel the spot's coming through. It's just 3 of them. And then next to those 3 are another set of 3 channels that mimic those original 3, but they're for you to listen to things off air.
Oh, damn.
And they're also for, like, if the main, for whatever reason, the main buttons go down or the system kind of, like, messes up, that's your backup. You can just pot that up and hit play, and your spots will play, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, and I was explaining to him how to use it, and I was like, yeah, you can use these 3 to, like, check spots if you need to check a spot. So I put it in queue, and I went to go play a spot, and I hit play to check the spot, and at the exact same time I hit play, the on-air show went off air.
Oh, man.
Just died. Just went away, and I'm like,
oh, boy.
that's not supposed to happen. So I give it the prioritial 5 to 10 seconds, right? Because you give it 5 to 10 seconds. If they don't come back, you hit the spots.
Yep.
So 5 to 10 seconds goes by. The show doesn't come back on. I was like, okay, no big deal. Hit the spots, throw in some fill, and then I'll figure out what happened. I go to hit the spots on the appropriate channel that the spots play off of. Nothing. Like, no reaction, nothing.
God, man, that sucks.
So here I am in front of a new person explaining, like, oh, yeah, you can do this and nothing bad will happen. And then something bad happens.
I just like how you telling the story, and it's like a nuclear explosion just happened.
That's what it feels
pretty much
like.
like a nuclear explosion.
That's what it feels like in the moment, because everything's live, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to have a reaction time, but also different things happen all the damn time. So
Oh, yeah, no,
it's
I hear
hard
about
to
it.
prepare exactly for everything. So
It's radio.
yeah. So we get everything figured out and whatnot, and apparently what it is like the engineers were working on some stuff in the server room, and I guess they brushed by, like, a wire, because that's all it takes. Like, if you
wire.
if you loosen a wire a little bit, calamity.
God.
So that's what happened, is like they bumped up against, like, some wire connected to some computer and took the show off air. Nothing that I did affected it.
But if you feel that way because in the
Yeah.
moment, because you don't know what the hell's going on.
Exactly. And it just so happened that the moment I hit that button, just everything went off air.
So the whole time,
In front of the new guy.
and the whole time, the new guy's looking like, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah,
He doesn't know what the hell
exactly.
he's doing at all.
Exactly. And then, sidebar to that story, after I got off that day, I went home, and I got home, and I texted Khadijah, because I normally just text her, like, hey, I made it home. So she's been having a rough time at work this week. She's been having to babysit grown adults in their 60s for some reason, because they can't get along with each other at work. And it's a whole thing. I've had to hear about it all week.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So I got home, and I was like, hey, I made it home. And I just, like, you know, said, hope your employees are behaving like adults and not grown children today or whatever. And then about 10 minutes later, I get a message back that says wrong person. And I had accidentally texted the traffic guy.
Oh, my God. What the hell's happening over there, man?
It's just a bad day, man. I was
That's a bad day.
flustered. Flustered.
What could have made the story even better if you text her new pictures
No.
and then you sent the new picture to the traffic guy? That would have been great.
We wouldn't be in this room.
Oh,
right
man.
now.
I don't know what would your mind be at that point. I know you'd be like, I just want to kill myself at this point.
Yeah, it was a rough day, man. It was a rough morning. But how's your week been?
Not as exciting as that, but
No?
no. But I did. This is a radio show I always listen to on ESPN Radio. Speaking of radio, and these guys, AJ Hoffman and Fred Fowler, they were good. Man, these guys were great. They would run. Wow, they run in the afternoons. Then they quickly moved to the kind of the PM shift at 5 o'clock. They were kind of like unfiltered.
Yeah.
And they were great, man. I really, really love those guys. They talked about more than just sports. They did entertainment too.
Okay.
But as years went on, of course, they moved on with their lives. But I found out recently that Fred Fowler had passed away, and I heard that he was dealing with complications. It didn't really tore me up when I heard about this because I didn't really know that he passed away. He passed away March 15th. And I don't watch the news that much, so I really didn't know that.
That was a while back.
Yeah. That I found out yesterday, and that really tore me up because I used to listen to this guy all the time. Both of those guys were great, and he was just one of those guys that was like, I'm gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you can ride it till the wheels fall off, then health problems exist.
Yeah.
So it's just that I'm still kind of shook up on that one because I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
But he was a good guy, man. He was really good. He spoke the truth, spoke entertainment, and had a hell of a show. It's like us doing this show and watching them for so many years, that makes me want to follow in that same vein. Be honest, authentic, and have fun.
Yeah,
and that's what those guys were. So yeah, that's all that's been going on with me lately.
Yeah,
just kind of keeping track of that, going to work, same old BS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. Morning the radio host. What show was it again?
The Blitz.
The Blitz. Okay.
Yep, it's come on ESPN Radio.
I've heard about the Blitz. Didn't they have like a segment on the ESPN channel as well?
No. They were locally. They were local Houston guys.
Okay.
The only story you might know if you ask anybody in this building, because they probably would tell you, they had an incident with a producer, and it was one of those little prize type deals. And what happened was they said, whoever wins, we spray, I think what you call it, mace in the guy's face and the producer's face, and they did it on air.
They actually did it?
Yeah, they did it on air.
It wasn't like a fake thing? It wasn't?
Yeah.
What?
And they did it to the guy that pretty much the same what you do. And their producer came in, and it was a female, and she was like, not wise, guys.
Yeah.
And they had to have cut the radio.
Yeah. No.
That's what they were famous for. Like, you ask anybody, they'll tell you that story.
No, you do not piss off the producer.
Oh man, that was so
especially
funny.
On air.
Yes,
no,
man. And you can hear it.
You quit
because they sprayed him, and then he's like, oh, and then the whole time
he want to do it.
Yeah, he wanted to do it.
He elected to do it.
Yeah, the producer. Yeah, he elected to do it. So Fred and AJ, they were like, oh man, maybe we should do this outside. He said, yeah. Not the greatest moment. So they knew, but that moment propelled them even more and even higher to where they were, and that's what made them even better. So it was that was the classiest and funniest moment you'll ever hear in history of radio.
Wow.
Yeah, you can still find it too on YouTube.
I bet. That's crazy.
So, cheers to him, man.
Pour one out, but not in the studio.
On the Go podcast with Jacob and James.
It's decent.
I wanted to do something new segment since summertime is hitting. And I know there's a lot of movies coming out for the summertime. Some good, some bad, as usual.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you a list of movies that maybe that you might want to see or not want to see, and it's called Take It or Leave It.
Okay.
Now I know we're gonna do like part 1 for today, and then we'll do part 2 next week.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. So I'm gonna give you part 1 right now.
Okay.
All right.
What you got? Hit me with it.
Part 1. We have good old Fall Guy. Fall Guy stars Emily Blunt. Also, your boy, what's the guy's name? Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yeah.
And, he's basically a stunt man. Has to get your boy, Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's kidnapped.
He's in the movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
He's a stunt guy for him.
Oh,
so,
okay.
He has to do all these heroic real deals.
Yeah.
So, it looks pretty good from the trailer that I saw.
You know it's based off a TV show?
You know what? I asked one of the guys at my job, and he said, no, it's not. I said, really?
It was.
I thought it was because my sister told me it was based off a TV show too.
Yeah, because there's like a Fall Guy TV series.
Yeah, it's a Fall Guy TV series.
That has like a similar premise.
And they was like, the guy was like, no, it's not based off the TV show. I was like, then what the hell did they base it off of then? Come on, my sister said the same thing you said. I think it was the guy that played a $6 Million Man. He the one that played the character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And you know, Ryan Gosling's coming off of Barbie, so he's hot right now.
Well, on the Wikipedia page under Legacy, it says, in September 2020, Universal Pictures announced the film The Fall Guy, loosely based on this television series starring Ryan Gosling and directed by David Leitch.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like it makes too much sense. It makes too much sense for it not to be that. So I'm just gonna go off to say it was based off a TV show.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's. I'm sorry.
According to IMDb, the first thing that pops up, this movie is a remake of The Fall Guy
Okay,
in 1981.
and that's what I figured. And I
Go
was like,
slap your coworker.
well, you know what you want to say it.
I'm pretty sure I have an idea.
Yeah, okay.
So
I don't want to slap him. I don't want to slap him. We love you.
You know what? I can take it because it looks like a fun movie.
It does. It does look kind of fun. When I first saw the trailer, I was like, I wasn't too big on it. But then, the more and more I saw it, because they showed it so frequently,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, I'll check this out. So
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah, I take it.
All right, cool. All right, next up we have Unfrosted. Now, Unfrosted is a movie of Jerry Seinfeld. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on Netflix, yeah. That comes out in May as well. So it's about the Pop-Tart business and how it got started, which you would never think that you ever want to see a movie about Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
But you remember that joke on Jerry Seinfeld show
Yeah.
where he mentioned the Pop-Tart all the time?
Yeah.
Cool. So it's like, and I think who else is in this movie? I think
A lot of people.
Melissa
I-
McCarthy's in here, Amy Schumer, Jack
Yeah.
McBrayer. Yeah, they have a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah, I just watched the trailer today, actually. It's a boatload of people, and they're all playing, like, the different cereal brands.
Christian Slater's in here too.
Yeah, and they got, like, they got a guy dressed up as the Quaker Oats dude, and they got the Keebler elves.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I could take it, because, like, it looks funny. I just don't know if I'm going to watch it anytime soon.
Yeah, it's like
You know?
something you watch when you're just moving around the house.
Yeah, maybe so. Like, maybe if you know, it's like, oh, hey, let's put this on.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's a take or a leave, because I am interested in it, because, you know, it reminds me of a recent movie as well, the Weird Al Yankovic biopic with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, where it was just a parody of biopics,
It was.
right? It wasn't
It really
even
was.
which very Weird Al Yankovic, very
Yeah.
fitting.
All right. So you're gonna leave that one in between. We'll leave that one in between.
Yeah.
Honorable mention: Boy Kills the World. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, John Wick, but he's mute.
Yeah, Joe. What's his name?
And
Bill
Bob's
Sc-
Burgers is
Yeah,
narrating.
he's the voice.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Skarsgård.
Yeah.
is in there.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one?
It looks fun. I can take it.
Take it.
Yeah, I can take it because it looks like a dumb action movie.
Yeah, it does.
It's also like what they're forced to compete. It's like a Hunger Games, like John Wick kind of idea.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll take it.
All right. Next up, we have good old Planet of the Apes.
Oh, I'm torn. You know what? I'll take it because this is finally like we get to see them talk in full sense.
Yeah, that's the same
It
thing
took
my
4
homeboy said.
movies to get here. I don't know why it took so long,
Yeah.
but I do want to see them like actually, you know, being like the Planet of the Apes.
No more subtitles for you?
Yeah, no more subtitles, and also they look like apes, but they're more upright. It's not the goofy costumes. You know what I mean?
The CGI looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah. However, I feel like this has got to be the last one. It's not going to be the last one.
No, yeah, we know that.
But
yeah.
it's got. I would really just like the movie to end with the guy coming back, and then it just kind of brings it to where you can go back and watch the original 60s or whatever, 67.
Yeah, the ones with Charles Heston.
The Charles Heston ones.
Yeah.
Like I really like it to do that, but it's not. Obviously, they're going to take it all the way
They
through.
could probably another 2, huh? After this one.
I mean,
2 more?
potentially.
Jesus,
It's a lot.
that's
It's a lot.
That is a lot. How many was that? It's like 3 or 4. I just gave you movies.
Yeah, that was 4.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another one. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for this yet. Tarot.
Who?
Tarot. Remember the tarot cards? Where
Oh,
it tells you
Tarot.
yeah,
I
tarot.
have not seen the trailer for this.
Ah, you haven't seen the trailer for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't give you that one yet. Trailer looks good for that.
Well, I mean, you can still tell me about it.
Well, it's basically these kids, the usual game. The kids sitting around the table,
Mm-hmm.
bring out the cards, bring the spirits out, but think these monsters come to life,
I
as
see.
in the cards.
No, you know what? I have seen the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw it when we saw Godzilla Kong.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it had a different title originally, didn't it?
It did.
I think so, and then they named it Tarot because obviously it
Interesting.
looks very Final Destination.
It does.
It looked very much Final Destination, or maybe like a 13 Ghost kind of
Yeah.
almost.
Which is cool. That's what you need now. I mean, I was just talking to somebody who's like, I'm glad the movies are getting back to that. Remember back in the day when everything took place in one spot?
Yeah.
You didn't have like they didn't have every location of every movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You know, I think that really started picking up after Captain America: Winter Soldier. It was one of those movies where like they would went to a lot of different locations because then I think the Russo brothers just kept using that in all their subsequent movies.
That's so much money though.
Yeah.
You know, like remember Ghost Ship, like you just said, Ghost Ship, 13 Ghosts.
Yeah.
Those movies all took place in like one spot.
One centralized area.
One centralized area. It wasn't
Or the set pieces weren't extravagant. Like you maybe have like a fake town.
Like was it
that
Urban
you build
Legend,
up.
Scream?
Yeah.
So
smaller movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't cost like no more than like 60 mil. 20, if 60 mil.
Yeah.
So yeah, it did look good to me. So I'm gonna give it a take it for that one.
I'd probably take it too because just because I kind of like I like the movies where like they kind of get knocked off one by one.
Yeah.
Like the Final Destinations.
Final Destination, that's another movie.
Yeah, there's another one of those coming out.
And that's another movie that took place in just a little capsulized little spot.
Sort of. Yeah, they had different locations.
But it wasn't like extravagant.
No, it was like the town.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that's 5, right?
Yeah, it was 5.
Okay, so I think as we get more and more down, we'll have a lot more interesting to choose from.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give you like the first 5 right out the gate.
Cool.
So
On the go. Or in the shower. With Jacob and James.
I want to start the trailer park off with kind of a quick one. And I think you mentioned it before on the show, but we haven't discussed the trailer because the trailer wasn't out yet.
true.
Trap. M. Night Shyamalan. It is M. Night Shyamalan, right? It's not the one his daughter's doing.
No, that's Watchers.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's Trap. No, you're
Okay,
right.
Trap. I watched the trailer because I think it came out recently.
It did.
Like a week or so ago or whatever. But I watched it, and it does look interesting.
It does.
But I kind of feel like I already know what the twist is.
I hate it.
Let's explain what the movie is first.
Yeah, you want me to explain or
You explain it because you can do it better.
So basically, Josh Hartnett, who a lot of people don't know who Josh Hartnett is, he was in the latest what was that movie? He was in Oppenheimer. And he was also in a couple movies from back in 2000s.
Yeah, I saw some people commenting that it's nice to see him in movies.
It is good, nice to see him again. He was always like one of those teen guys.
Yeah.
So everyone loves him. He was also in that movie Q. Oh, God, I hated that movie.
Q.
Yeah, with Julia Stiles. It was like a racist movie. Josh Hartnett was in there.
I think I kind of remember.
Yeah, Mekhi Phifer.
I vaguely remember that one.
He was jealous. He was jealous because she was dating the black guy, and the black guy was like really, really popular in school. So he framed him for some stuff.
I do kind of remember.
God,
that.
man, I hated that movie. He's good at playing the bad guy. Like he's really, really good at it. He was also in the movie Faculty with Elijah Wood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like those aliens that took over. They kind of like they take over the school. Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah. That's a really good one.
That's weird. Elijah Wood's in 2 movies where he's a teacher then, or involved in school, because he also had Cooties. Elijah Wood,
yeah,
not
Cooties.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, I remember Cooties.
But anyway.
Yeah, he's in there too. He's a really good actor. Like I say, he's been acting for a long time. But yeah, it's good to see him in there. So basically, he takes his daughter to a concert. This real famous, popular artist, kind of like Doja Cat.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of girls there.
I almost thought it was Rihanna. And then they showed her like closer up, and I was like, okay, it's not Rihanna. I don't know, like the music kind of sounded Rihanna-esque.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be.
I was like, is Rihanna in this movie?
I mean, well, obviously that's what's designed to do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of give that Rihanna-esque pop star feel.
I'm surprised they didn't do like a K-pop band, like a BTS or something, or like a movie BTS, not BTS.
Man, they could have. Yeah, that's the most popular band going in right now.
Yeah, I really thought it would have been like K-pop.
So he takes us to this concert. There's a whole bunch of people there. They're like in floor level, so they're not in like the record. When I saw it, at first I thought they were going to be inside the, the trailer, inside the stadium up top, but they were on the floor level. So they're on the floor level. He go get something to eat at the snack bar, at the concession stand or whatever the case may be. The guy, he started seeing a whole bunch of stuff going down. It's like, why are so many police cars? All these trucks, what's going on?
Yeah.
He asked the guy what's going on. He said, well, it's a trap for the killer. Which I think is very odd.
So stupid, right?
That's so odd.
What do you mean you're going to just tell a random citizen, like, yeah, the police are going to shut this place down because a serial killer's here?
And you got all these innocent lives that's in here.
Yeah.
and you
No.
figure this is the only way to trap him.
Yeah, that red flag for me, because if I was working somewhere, and I've been in situations where like I've been working somewhere and then something's going on outside and someone's like, "Hey man, what's going on outside?" I don't know.
I don't know.
It's none of your business. No, they wouldn't tell the merch guy
Exactly.
what's about to happen. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
I feel like if the FBI or the police are really about to raid, they would just raid. Also, they wouldn't raid a concert because that's mayhem.
That's innocent. You got innocent lives as kids is in there.
Yeah.
So what? You gonna set a trap for a killer?
Also, in the trailer, I'm sorry to take over. A
No,
little
you
bit,
good. You good.
But in the trailer, they were showing like after that's revealed, they show the guy go back to his seat, and then they show that there's police like grabbing
I was
people
about to say that,
and
yeah.
taking them out the stadium. I would be so mad if I paid for a concert and the cops are like, "Hey, we think there might be a serial killer here. Do you mind answering some questions?" I paid $200 to be in the seat. What are you talking about? You have questions for me?
It's a lot of stuff with this trailer kind of bothers me a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of M. Night Shyamalan. I don't want to be a pile on. I don't. So I'll just hear me out for a second. So he goes back to his seat. So the twist is in the movie trailer, because they showed you already, that Josh Hartnett's character is supposedly the killer.
It makes you think he's
It
the
makes
killer.
you think he's the killer. So, he's looking like, ooh, and then it says trap.
Yeah.
So,
He's all serious looking and all this stuff. What do you think is a twist?
okay, before I get there, what do you think about M. Night Shyamalan as a director?
I mean, he's hit or miss, right? He's got some good movies. He's got some not so good movies. I saw Old. Didn't really care for Old. I saw Split. Split was great. Unbreakable was great.
Glass.
Didn't like Glass.
Oh, okay. I'm
I
kinda
didn't like
with you on
Glass
that
too
one.
much because you know what? Split was cool because it's unexpected.
Yeah.
But then you got to follow up on that, and the follow up just wasn't. It didn't hit for me.
Did you like Sixth Sense?
Never saw it.
Never. That's just cool to grow right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the twist.
How about The Happening?
The Happening. I have seen The Happening. That's a universal joke, though. Nobody likes The Happening.
Yeah. And we all know about Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah, that shouldn't even count.
That shouldn't even count.
That doesn't even count in his repertoire.
How do you feel about his twist in these movies?
Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. You know what I mean? I never got to see The Knock at the Cabin. Joel tells me it's pretty good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I did like that.
That was his
one.
last one, I think.
Yeah, that was
So,
his last one.
Never
Really,
got,
really good.
Still haven't gotten to see that one.
That
But
came out
I heard
last
the
year.
twist is good on that.
That was really good. That
So-
came out last year.
But he's always hit or miss. So it could be a really great twist. It could be a really bad twist. This could be another Unbreakable setup for all we know.
And Unbreakable's great. I love
Yeah.
Unbreakable.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's my deal. I don't have a problem with his. Well, I do have a problem with his movies. Every movie has a twist.
Yeah.
Not every movie needs a twist. So I just want a movie just to be straight cut like butter.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what the twist of this movie is going to be. I really don't. I just really, really don't. I wish it was no twist at all. I wish it was just a movie just told from point of view and get the A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Because
Well, the thing is, you expect a twist because it's M. Night Shyamalan.
then like, and
That's
that's
what he
not
does.
good. And that's
Yeah.
not good. And anytime you're studying, oh, hey, get ready for the twist. Get ready for the twist. It's like, no, you
What a
don't want to have to. I don't want to have to always expect that. I just
Yeah.
want to see a straight cut film.
So
So what do you think the twist is?
I think the twist is the guy, because he looks at his phone and he's got a dude in his basement.
Yeah.
Right? That's the part of the trailer that
I
makes
forgot
you
about
think.
that, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you think he's a killer. I think that's the killer, and he's got the killer in his basement for whatever reason, and that's the twist. But he's worried because he's got this
Got his
footage of this
daughter.
man
Yeah.
in this basement. So obviously, when they go to interrogate him, they're going to be like, "What's up with this?
Mm-hmm.
You're the killer, right?" So I think that might be the twist. I think he's got the real killer,
Could be.
or he's an identity thief and he took the identity of the killer. And so they think he's at the concert, but really it's just him. But that would be stupid because you would just go to the police and be like, "Hey, I stole this guy's identity."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the twist could be. That's kind of what I think it could be.
Yeah.
Could be no twist. That could be the twist.
I wish it was no twist. Like, just give me a straight cut story, dude.
Yeah.
Like that. You know what? That would make for even a great movie.
Yeah.
No twist at all.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's straightforward.
whoa.
They arrest him at the end of the movie. You're like, "What?
Whoa. And you see the people standing up there in credit scenes like,
Where's it at?
was that twist at?
Yeah.
What was that twist?
Where's Bruce Willis?"
Oh, that's no twist. That's it.
That's it. Go home.
No, that's no twist in line. Mm-mm.
Okay. So I thought it was okay. You also thought it was okay.
I'm gonna watch it, obviously, but I'm just like, I just worry sometimes about that twist.
Yeah,
About that twist, man. You don't need a twist in every movie.
that's true. You don't.
So we can move on. I'm good.
All right. So the next movie we have, probably a big trailer, Transformers 1. What did you think of it?
Okay, let's start this. Let's start from the beginning, so that way I can. Because the reason why I like to do this all the time, I know if anybody asks why I like to start over, because I want context. So that way, when we talk about this, I know where you're going with this. I know you know where I'm going with this. Are you the big Transformers fan?
Define Transformers fan.
Like, what's the first time you ever seen Transformers? I'm assuming Beast Wars.
Yeah, probably like Beast Wars or like maybe a little bit of the G1 as people call it.
I've been in your house. I haven't seen you have any Transformers in your house.
There was Arma something. There was
Armor Wars.
It might have been Armor Wars. There was a Transformers series where they were doing the Energon stuff or the Minicons with the Minicons. I remember that a lot. And the toys, I just had Transformers toys. So that's about as far as it goes.
So you don't have like this crazy ass allegiance to it.
No.
All right. Did you like any of the Transformers? Did you like the Shia LaBeouf, the Michael Bay stuff?
They're enjoyable.
Did you like the newer ones that came out?
I liked Bumblebee a lot more than I thought I would. Rise of the Beast didn't have a lot of beast for me.
Yeah, true.
But it's still a big dumb robot movie.
I mean, no, don't say that. You're going to piss a lot of people off as Transformers fans. Here's the deal. I like the Shia LaBeouf one, the first one. Mm-hmm. The second one is where you kind of, is where you kind of starting to see a fall. It's like, okay, you're starting to do something. I don't like what you're doing. And then, it took like a crazy turn. What they did with Mark Wahlberg and
because Shia LaBeouf was going through his stuff, so they
took a crazy
kicked
turn.
him out. Yeah,
Extinction, and then last night, what is it, Merlin? Merlin the Wizard?
Yeah, and Unicron is part of the planet. And that was a bad one.
That was a bad one. Yeah. And I never liked how they did Optimus either.
Yeah,
Optimus was always like this depressed guy, and you never really felt like you wanted to leave behind this guy.
Yeah.
Because he's so depressed. And he always got his butt whooped in all the movies, too, by the way. Because that's not the Optimus I grew up with. The Optimus I grew up with, he was, a leader. He was like a Superman type character. He was a guy that was optimistic, Optimus Prime. And, I did like the first one. I did love Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, man.
Yeah, I liked Bumblebee a lot more than I thought I would.
That was so refreshing.
It was really good. It was really fun. And the designs were great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld was great.
Yeah. I think that's the thing they messed up with Rise of the Beast is they went almost back to the Michael Bay-ish formula. Mm-hmm. And then, again, you had the Beast in there, the Beast machines in there, or what are they actually called? The Maximals.
Yeah, Maximals.
In the Maximals, but you barely use them.
You barely use them.
I don't even think the Rhino, had a speaking line.
I don't think so.
Cheetor barely had a speaking line.
I did like how they got infected, and then they would start rusting up.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I thought that was good.
That was kind of a neat trick. Yeah.
I like that. That kind of almost had like a Cujo effect. They start turning into like these wild animals.
Yeah.
Like, I love that part.
Oh, and then you shoehorn Unicron in this one as well.
Yeah,
right.
Again.
There was that whole thing. So yeah, they really dropped the ball on that one. The GI Joe crossover does kind of pique my interest.
It does pique mine too because they trying to bring in a new audience.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm leading to with this new Transformers cartoon. Because obviously this new Transformers movie is not geared towards per se me and you.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of discourse online. A lot of people are pissed off about it. Obviously, I saw that coming miles away. But I'm going to take an open mind to it because you have to understand, man, Transformers been around for such a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so many generations of people that love Transformers.
Yeah.
They're trying to indoctrinate another crop of kids to watch Transformers now.
Yeah.
So we have to give them their Transformers now. We're getting a new Transformers movie.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And hopefully that one will be good.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked the trailer. I thought it was kind of cool, to see Chris Hemsworth lends his voice as Optimus Prime and Brian Tyree Henry leading his voice to be Megatron.
Yeah.
I don't know they've ever been friends before. I don't know the true lore of Transformers that good to know if they ever been friends.
Right. I think it's been hinted at that they were friendly.
Yeah.
Or something, but honestly, it kind of surprised me. I was surprised to see like an origin for Optimus and Megatron.
I mean, look, anything's better than last night.
Yeah, you're right. So I'll explain my wave of, I guess, emotions and thoughts as I watched this trailer. Was at first, I was kind of like, oh, it's an origin story. And you know how I am about origin films. But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I go, well, you know what? We actually haven't seen an origin for Transformers. You know, there hasn't been a movie where it's like, this is how Optimus became Optimus, and Megatron became Megatron. And then, you know, maybe it's not too important, but it's still an interesting way to go. So that actually did pique my interest. And then they got Bumblebee in there. That kind of turned me off because, I don't know, man. I remember when Hot Shot was like Optimus Prime's number 2, and I've never heard of Bumblebee until the first Transformers movie.
Yeah, true. You know what? I never really...
And then,
I don't know much of the lore. And
then ever since then, Bumblebee's just been around. But it is cool that he actually speaks. He's Keegan-Michael Key. It's nice that he has a voice and not a radio.
That's part great. I don't like.
Well, you don't like that he's Keegan-Michael Key?
No, I really don't find him as very funny at all. I don't find him very funny.
Yeah. And you can pick his voice out so easily.
You can.
Yeah. He's everywhere in the voice acting world. Oh, God. But I think Scarlett Johansson plays another character.
Yep, she's in there too.
Yeah, she's not RC, but she's like an RC type looking character.
But she's done voices too.
Yeah, of course.
In the past.
But yeah, so like my wave of thoughts and emotions was just kind of like meh, and then I kind of came to the same thought process that you did, where it's like, you know what, I'm not the target audience for this, and that's okay. And this was something I was explaining to somebody like a couple weeks ago. Actually, it's just like, it's okay to admit when the things that you used to like are no longer directed to you. You know what I mean? So when the Ninja Turtles movie came out, the last one, the Mutant Mayhem one, saw it in theaters, and I came out thinking, blah. I didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't find it like that great. But also, it's a realization that like, I'm not the target audience for this version of the Ninja Turtles. You know? That doesn't say I'm not the audience, because every good media needs a general audience.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta have a wide scope. But
of course,
everything has a target.
Yeah.
This is a kids movie. It's meant for kids. It's meant for a new generation of fans. And so, for a bunch of people in their late 20s and 30s to be crying about this is silly.
Clutching onto their Transformer toys.
Yeah. And it's just, you just have to understand that you are no longer the target audience.
It's just not.
It doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great things for all kinds of Transformers people who watch this movie. Also, we get the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron, which is kind of neat. And we're going to see how they have the fallout, or this version of how they have the fallout. We're going to see, you know, why Megatron becomes a tank or a gun or whatever he's going to turn into, and why Optimus decided to be a truck and all this stuff. It was a little weird that they get transforming abilities in the film. I don't know. It
was a little crazy.
I'm sure the lore is going to explain that maybe Cybertron stopped transforming after a while, and then maybe they're the reasons why it came back or something. I don't know. But I think it's going to be fun. I just don't think I'm a target audience. And that's not a bad thing. Not a reason to crap on this, not a reason to be mad about this. I don't know. I've avoided all the negative comments about it. I just watched the trailer, and these are my thoughts right here. Yeah. I've seen like people coming out to like review it, or I've seen thumbnails of like WTF is this.
Well, sometimes they're doing that just to get the clicks.
Yeah,
clickbait. Get, clickbait.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like I say, I have no problem with the trailer per se. It does take you back a little bit when you see it. Yeah. I will admit that it is like a little, because like whoa.
But because we're also not used to it.
We're not used to seeing this animation style.
Yeah, the animation looks really good, though.
It does look better. It looks better. Remember Transformers Prime that came on CW, I think it was? You kind of see that in this.
It almost looks like that opening scene from Bumblebee.
It does.
That's how good the animation is.
Like a Saturday morning cartoon. That's what it looks like.
Oh, even better than that. What are you talking about?
Well, I was about to say, it looks like a better version of a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Now, I did like TMNT. I thought Seth Rogen did a bang-up job with that one.
Right.
And, you know, even though I wanted to target audience for it, it kind of put me back into that nostalgia. Because they played like, the music was great.
Yeah.
And what I like about TMNT is that the characters were kids of actually talking.
They were teens, yeah.
They were teens. You know, we never had that with TMNT. They always been grown people that were talking for these kids. I was like, the thing is called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not Adult Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with Transformers, they're going to probably do that. We're going to get the evolution of they go older and older, and things will change. And like I say, man, it's just, I'm going to keep an open mind to it. Yeah. Did I love the trailer? No. But I'm going to keep an open mind to it.
Yeah. That's all
you know what I'm saying? That's all. And if you G.I. Joe and Transformers is probably like right around the corner.
Yeah. And to be honest, we're probably not entirely the target audience for that either.
I mean, probably not. These people trying to sell toys, dude. They're trying to sell toys.
Yeah. So,
like, that's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to sell toys, blankets, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So people have to get over it, man.
No, yeah. Like I said, it's part of aging is you realize sometimes it's okay to realize the things you liked when you were a child, you no longer like.
I'm like, well, that's not fair. It's meant to be. I have to sit through it. I have to watch it too.
Like, look, I'm sorry we grew up in a time where we weren't getting all the greatest versions of the things that we love.
Exactly. I'm like, well,
sorry we had to put up with the early 2000s.
Sorry that you have to be an adult.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have no problem with it. But yeah, that's the end of the trailer park, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Let's get out of here.
Let's get down. These mosquitoes tearing me up.
This segment sponsored by
The people against vegetarians eating plants. Save the grass, eat some ass.
That's all we have today. We're short and sweet and to the point this Friday, or whenever you're listening to us. If you want to contact us, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, On The Go with Jacob and James. It's all one word. You can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
You can find me on Instagram at jacobdanton.audio. You can find us on YouTube, On The Go with Jacob and James. Again, all one word. And yeah, this has been On The Go with Jacob and James. So we're on the go. James is on the go. I'm on the go. See you later.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please follow and share the podcast with your friends and family units. If by chance you disliked the episode, then please share the On The Go show with your most hated enemies. Thank you and enjoy your day.